think I miss Caleb. Let me message him now. We'll give a few minutes for everybody to trickle in. See if we can get Antonio on here too. Hey, Mike, Brian, can y'all see those new channels on Discord?
I didn't check yet.
Okay. When I get a chance to make sure you check that out.
Say that again, Toby.
Did you see the new channels on Discord? You should have a few new channels now.
Yeah, I seen.
Like that. Perfect. All right, y'all. So today's Cyber Thursday. We're gonna give the floor open to a few students. We got some good news that's been coming down the pipeline this week. One student accepted an offer letter. Another student had a pretty dope interview today. So I really think it helps a lot when you get to hear their personal experiences because they are essentially in the same shoes that you're in, right? Most of you don't have any experience. Some of you do. Some of you have a lot. But when people with little to no experience are accepting offer letters and going through interview processes, I think it's a good opportunity to pick their brains, all right? Pick their brains, ask them questions, and let them tell you how they did it. All right, what's up, Caleb?
Oh, hey, Toby, how's it going?
Nothing much, bro. It sucks that me and Larry missed you when we were in Atlanta. Hey, Larry, you know Caleb's in Atlanta, right?
Oh, word, for real?
Yeah. I didn't even know you was in Atlanta. I thought you was in Maryland.
Nah, we came up there.
Oh man, yeah. I had a couple of things going on that weekend though, but dang, I need a link with y'all. The next time y'all come, or maybe if I'm in Maryland, I might try to link up with y'all.
Most definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
So we linked up with Rachel. We met up with Rachel at a little rooftop.
Oh man, how many were you guys?
It was just us.
Just okay. Dang, man. My fault though, man. I had a lot of stuff going on that specific Saturday.
Hey man, you gotta handle business, bro.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to give the floor to Larry. Actually, he had an interview today. I think it's a good time for him to share that experience because that was a really that position was pretty that was a pretty technical position that she had an interview for, you know, and it sounded like it went well. And please talk to them about how you prepared for. Well, first of all, let's go back to the resume part. Yeah, let's go back to the resume. How did you get your resume together for this?
So honestly, it's gonna sound like a broken record, but when Toby tells you guys that you have to follow like every single channel from when you graduate, all the steps that you need to go through. I don't know if you guys are already in that channel yet. They're probably not. Are they on in that channel, Toby?
They just got it today.
He's got it today. Okay. So you have to follow that career development from 0 to 01, 02, 03. Like literally every step is crucial. You can't skip anything. And like when I tell you can't skip anything, you really cannot skip anything. Like you have to go through it to really prepare yourself and like know how to like get yourself ready when it comes to times for interviews, your elevator pitches, and things like that. Like when Toby asks you to send it, just send it. You don't even have to have it perfect the first time. Just work on it. And literally, like when I did my class, when we did our class, and luckily enough, me and Kayla was in the same class too. You know, I was working full time, and you know, it was crazy, but I put in the work because I know this is something that I paid for. This is something I want to see myself doing for the next couple of years of my life. So this is the goal and sacrifice that I have to make, and did everything that I needed to do, asked questions, and I wasn't scared of. I mean, I know me and Toby are friends, but like at the end of the day, if you don't put in the work, he's not gonna help you, and you just have to put in the work, and that's what you need to do. You need to want it more than he wanted for you. So,
and with your resume, did you put your resume out there before you got it reviewed, or did you wait till it got reviewed? I'm trying to see something.
oh no, I put I sent it to you first before I even put it on anything, as far as like any web any
Okay.
I made sure I got the approval from you first. You
Okay.
told me it was great. After that, then I went ahead and started putting it out there to like my LinkedIn, Indeed, ZipRecruiters, all the other channels out there that we applied for jobs. And my situation was even different, because when I decided to put my resume out there, I was scared because I didn't have any experience coming into this field at all. Like, I mean, zero. When I tell you zero, I came from a bio field. Like, I came from doing biology. Like, I was about to go to medical school and all that stuff. Like, literally, I have zero experience doing IT, but I took that chance and I took that faith in myself that you know what, this is gonna work out. So when I did it, I was skeptical. Like, yo, man, like I don't know if I'm gonna get recruiters hitting me up and things like that, because I wasn't sure, like what my situation is, because my experience wasn't there. And that was the biggest thing that I felt like I was lacking. And, I just kept my, my determination and just say, you know what, something's going to come up. And eventually, not even up to 24 hours ago, some recruiter hit me up from a big company, sent me an email, and I was just happened to be my computer around the same time. And once I got the email, I looked it up. I'm over here thinking like maybe some kind of like a scam email or something like that, because I wasn't even like, from the company that it was hitting me up from. I wasn't even like, why are they asking for me? Like, I have no experience, and I mean, like, they could have asked to somebody else. And sent the email. I literally got on the phone with Vic, sent it, forwarded to him, like, hey, take a look at this. Like, is this legit? Like, is this like a scam or anything like that? He's like, yo, bro, hop on that joint. It's for real. And I got in contact with the recruiter, and we literally spoke this morning, and literally did my interviews, and everything went great. Asked me certain questions, and all these questions that he asked me, I already knew how to answer them anyway. So it wasn't even hard at all.
How'd you know how to answer them?
Just because of the questions that you had on the channel, like the career development, like things like questions like, why are you looking for a job? Questions like, what is your desired salary, or how much do you see yourself making in this role? Questions like, tell me a little bit about yourself, and what do you do as a information security analyst on a day-to-day basis? Like things like that, like, and these things helped me out because I was able to practice my elevator pitch. Like literally, like when you have to get time to do that, like look in the mirror, like don't be scared, like talk to yourself about it, read it over to yourself, record yourself doing it, record yourself so many times if you have to. Like someone like me, I really struggled with that initially because I wasn't used to doing that. I wasn't used to like recording myself and speaking, and looking in the mirror and talking to myself. But I had to make that sacrifice and say and tell myself, you know what, this is part of the journey, and I have to do what I need to do to get to where I need to get to. So interview went great. I still have one more to go, and I'm looking forward to it. But I mean, all the signs are looking for me to be in a good position right now. Like this position that I had, like literally, like this is a position where I will be getting clearance. Like literally, you cannot bet that. This is my first position too, mind you. I have zero experience at all, from no background in IT at all before that. So,
and I want to add to that, man. Look, y'all, everything that he did because first of all, and we'll just save the details for later, right? I don't want to put your business out there. There's this myth out there that new people can't get into the field without experience. You can get into the field, right? You just have to want it, right? You just have to be willing to put in the work. You can get into the field. There are people who are doing it every single day. You just have to actually want to put in the work. Is it annoying? Yeah, because you got to do something, right? It is annoying. It's You got to go out your way. You got to study a little bit longer. You got to go back and forth on your resume, right? You got to spend more time doing work instead of playing some Call of Duty or talking on the phone or whatever you do. Yeah, you can get in the field. You just have to put in the work. I guarantee you, right? And Larry put in a crazy amount of work. Right? As soon as his class was over, he sat down with the Security Plus, buckled down on that, got certified. As soon as that was done, started going back and forth with me on his resume, and we were going back and forth for a while, right? It took a while. It wasn't just a one and done thing. Okay. And he was really responsive with it, right? He was beating me to the punch. Usually I may beat you all to the punch and say, hey, where's the resume? But he beat me to the punch, and then the elevator pitches, he was sending them back and forth. He even prepared his own interview questions. Right? You got to be ready for the opportunity, y'all. You can do it. You just have to be ready for it. You can, but it's a lot more difficult when you try to get ready after you get the interview.
Hey, Larry, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir. Go for it.
All right. I just was curious, how long after your class did you feel like confident enough to go ahead and take your exam? And I heard you said you passed it first try. Congratulations. That's a big deal for but yeah, it's like I'm a little most of us probably feel a little, uncertain our first go around or whatever. But I was just curious how long it take you to like really sit down and take your exam.
Honestly, for me, it might be a little different from everybody else. We all study differently. For me personally, like we took our class, we started in February, our class ended in May. Now, mind you, on a normal basis, like it might take you a month or two, even more, however long you feel comfortable enough to take the exam. And the exam is not a joke, y'all. I'm not even kidding. And I'm gonna show y'all something. And I know we on live, but F it, I'll share it to y'all. I pretty much bet on myself. Like when I say that, I mean that. I mean that literally. Like I literally had to quit my 9 to 5 and just dedicate my time to it. Now, that was my choice to make, and I don't regret it at all. Now, you don't have to do that, but you have to create time for this exam. It's not a joke. It's not a cakewalk. Whoever tell you this stuff is easy is blowing smoke. Literally, like I literally had to do that because I know what it takes. Because I knew doing my 9 to 5 and having to study for the exam, I would not be prepared as I wanted to be. And I didn't want to wait longer either, because then it's just going to be more reason to keep pushing it back. So for me, it took me no more than a month after I just decided to, when we done with the class, I was like, yep, this is the dedication I have to make. And it took me a month. I literally just got my certification in June and we finished class in May. Now that's just my story, but it doesn't have to work for everybody that way. If you know you can balance both with your 9 to 5 or whatever it is that you do, while also studying for the class to take the exam, go ahead and do that. But for me, I knew where my strong suits lies, and I knew what I needed to do. So that was just this decision that I had to make. So, and it paid off, like first try, did it. And like I said, once I was done, first person I called to was Vic. Like we were over here on the phone, like going off, like, let's go. Like, it was enjoyed it. I was just happy that I got to finally, there was a reward to what I make the sacrifice for. So, that's just my story. But like I said, everybody don't have to go that route. You have to do it in your own way and whenever you feel like you're ready. But you cannot sit on that exam without study, without preparing yourself. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. And if you do it the first time and you feel like, you know what, maybe I just need to take the test to see how it looks like. Maybe I'll be better the second time. Why not? Go ahead. But just make sure you're ready. Make sure you're ready. Don't just go in there without having no preparation and anything like that. Just make sure you're ready to do it. So, yeah.
Hey, thank you. Because I do know working full time and trying to study and be prepared, and you want your life to change right away. So it's like, I really want to put my all into this, but at the same time, having to wake up every morning and get ready for work can be very time consuming, because it's not a day where I'm at work now and I don't feel like I could be home studying. Like I could be home getting ready for my exam. Like I'm trying to change my life and be doing this, and that. And time management is key. But at the same time, you know, you weigh your responsibilities with the things that you're trying to go for. So I mean, I get it. I understand. And congratulations again, man.
Thanks, brother. Thank you. Thank you.
Anybody else have
Yo.
any other questions? Yo, yo.
Yeah, what's up? What's good, Toby?
What's up, Tevin? How you
What's
been,
up?
man?
Pretty good, man. What's up, y'all? My name is Telvin. I was in a class last year. I just wanted to say something to Brian, right? I'm not sure where you work at, but one thing that helped me a lot is, well, I work at a computer all day anyway, but one thing that helped me a lot is like on my way to work, wherever I was going, I had Professor Mercer playing in my ear all day, and that was it. So if you don't have time to actually sit down and like study, you can still listen to like YouTube videos or Udemy videos because all the material is literally the same thing. So that definitely helps out. And if you listen to it over and over and over and over, eventually you're going to remember it. And then when it's time to take the test, it'll be much easier. You could probably like knock that joint out in like 40 minutes to an hour, or probably even less because you remember all the material just from listening to it. So that's one thing that you can do. So like, I know everybody wants to play their hip hop music in the morning, listen to the radio in the morning, but like just turn it off, put on YouTube, put on Udemy, listen to Professor Messer or whoever else teaches like that stuff online. And I promise you that'll help you pass the test too, if you don't have time to sit down and study.
Yeah, those labs too, man. Those labs too on from online on YouTube. You can play them when you're driving to work and just like listen to it, because that's what I had to do too. Like every morning going to work at 5 a.m. I just keep playing in my head, and you know, like what Telvin said, whatever works best for you, honestly.
Yeah, and basically to add, like me personally, my situation was different when I was taking my Security Plus exam prior to the class. I put in a lot of time, like what Larry and Telvin was saying too. Like it does like take a while sometimes to get to a point where you can like study 100% and try to get everything down. Like for me personally, I was working remote, so what I would do is like I would set a time like in between work, like during my breaks, and kind of just like do like a practice exam, and then like I'll open like one of the Security Plus books that I was using, and kind of just like have like a study session within work, and then after I'll spend the rest of the night kind of studying. There's a little bit of like everything, whatever like works for you. I'd say take that. Like for me, that was like what worked for me. But it does take a lot of time, like what Dami Larry and Telvin was saying. So definitely put in the work before you take the exam.
Man, this is dope. This is dope. Anybody else have any other questions? Because y'all up next for the exam.
Yeah, I got another question. All right, Larry. So you had your interview today, and that's what it is. All right. So when you're asked the question, like as far as your salary, like how much do you expect to make? How do you answer a question like that without seeming to like saying something outrageous? So where they like, oh nah, you crazy, like just what do you? How do you know your worth and still be respectful about it? Still just be
Honestly, you gotta throw the question back at them. You can say one or two things. You can ask them, what's the salary range of this role? You can ask them, I'd rather not give a number right now, but I would like to have something competitive. So that right there will give you a reason for them to tell, okay, well, this role, this is the package, or however much this is for the role. This is how much it's gonna be. Let's say 80 to 100K or whatever it is. This is what we're offering. So now you have a reason to say, okay, well, if that's too low for you, can we go higher? Could we, but don't just answer them as soon as the question comes up to you at first. Just trying to like ask it back to them in the sense where they have to answer and tell you what the job entitled as far as the salary. So that's how I go about it. So if anybody has any other ideas of how you answer that, you can chip in too. So
right, because a question like that, it seems like you could probably X yourself out by saying the wrong thing, by saying a number too high that they'd be unwilling to work with or anything. It's just like, So I get what you're saying. It makes more sense to flip it around. You're right.
Exactly. So if you go back and say, if they ask you the first time, you say, oh, yeah, I think 70K will be okay. And mind you, in their mind, this role salary is about 90 to 100 or more than that, and you just cut yourself 20 to 30K short in a salary, and they're not gonna say, all right, let's give you more. They're gonna say, oh, 70, all right, 70 it is. You know what I mean? So you got to throw it back at them to have them answer in a sense where now you have a reason, or maybe you can wait, or whatever you have in your mind as far as what the salary should be. Okay, doesn't match what I wanted. All right, cool. If it matches, great. And if it doesn't, you can have room to negotiate, So yeah.
Right. Was it a time during your interview, or was there any questions that was asked that it kind of shook you for a second, like you weren't prepared to answer it the correct way? You just kind of, I don't know, had to wing it in a sense. Like security wise, I mean, like they was asking you more of a knowledge based question.
Honestly, I'm being honest, like, and nothing that they asked me like took me off guard, because I, like Vic said earlier, like I'm one of those, like I like to kind of prepare myself for things that's about to happen. So while me taking my exam and everything, like I had possible interview questions that I already had down written that I know that could possibly be asked. And just aside from like just things that I know already, like when those questions were coming, some of it was something that I already had written down and I've already practiced with my elevator pitch as far as how to answer them. So it just make things a little bit more easier for me. So honestly, like nothing really like took me off guard. Like not saying the second interview might not take me off guard, but as far as what the interviews that I did today, not at all, honestly.
I would say study the OSI model front and back and know the protocols as well. I promise you, if you know the OSI model front and back, that's going to be like super impressive. And then when I had my interview, I worked for Deloitte. When I had my interview, it was literally everything that we went over in class. That's all the questions that they asked. The second interview was more so like just getting the feel for me. And the third interview was like, you just talk to the director, whatever. But only the first interview was technical. But if you just kind of go through your book and your materials and study the OSI model front and back and know the protocols, then I promise you're going to kill the interview. That along with your elevator pitch. Those two things really help out a lot.
And then so a lot of the answers, including what everybody's saying, is in those career development channels. Right? There's a document in there that breaks down your typical interview process from the first interview, second interview, third interview, according to scenarios and what to expect. And then it even goes into details of the types of questions you may hear. Right? So that's what a lot of students are studying before their interviews, especially questions like you ask, what type of salary, or how should you go about talking about salary, right? Well, one thing that we tell everybody to do, so you don't shoot yourself, right? Don't go too low, don't go too high. Just say, hey, I would rather take something competitive, and then just let them give you a number, just like Larry was saying. All of this information is detailed for you, so you can take your time to go through it, right? Because yeah, we're talking right now, but tomorrow morning you may forget. I know I'd forget some of this stuff that we're talking about. So we have it detailed for you on Discord, right? And we didn't want to overwhelm you with it during the class process because we wanted to focus on the fundamentals of security, getting the technical aspects down and preparing for the exam. But now you all have access to that. And if you have questions about it, hit us up, right? You can reach out to anybody in class too. Anybody in classes before you, after you. It's a nice community. Larry's here, Telvin's here. Telvin was a student years ago, right? He's still helping out students. We had another student just linked up with Telvin at work, right? They were two different O-line students. They didn't even know each other, and linked up at work. So this is a nice community, man. You got Caleb. Just everybody. Meet everybody. Hi, everybody. All right, hit each other up on Discord.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. All right, so before I started my classes with O-line and everything, Toby, I know I talked to you I was talking to you like a while before my classes actually even started, because I was trying to figure out which way to go. Because I had even joined UMGC, and I was about to take courses with them before I pulled out and just said, let me try O-line. And something that I didn't realize at the time was how involved the O-line community was, not just during class, but even afterwards, for real. So like for people, for prospective people that's looking into it, that's just like, you know, I want to know the material, but I want to be secure in knowing that, you know, I have, you know, people that's involved and helping to further me along, for real. Even after your classes is over, for real, you got a whole Discord full of people that's still, you know, putting up information, that's still involved, that's still willing to help you and everything like that. And I felt like this is something that I just seen like not too long ago, but you know, going through the Discord, seeing the testimonies and seeing just the people that was willing to help you and answer your questions and things like that, I felt like that's even like a bigger bonus, because it's just like, even though your classes might be over, your learning process never stops, for real. You keep on going at it, and like, I really feel like, you know, everybody's involved to help to get you where you want to be and definitely make a change. So
Man, thank you, Brian. We really appreciate that. And it's that, like Brian said, it's a community thing here, right? So thank you, Brian. Thank you, Telvin. Thank you, everybody. Larry, Caleb, everybody giving back to the community, helping each other up. Like I said earlier in class, make sure you network with these people, because when they have openings at their jobs, they can easily slide you in, right? And they may get bonuses for that, right? So you're helping them, they're helping you. So keep that in mind. And y'all got any more questions for the gang here? Telvin, Larry, Caleb, any questions for them, y'all?
Yeah, if y'all come up with any questions or anything, just yeah, feel free to hit me. Hit me up on, you can hit me up on Discord and I'll get you right back.
oh, one more question, tell me, because I did send you a direct message. But when you saying, because I work a job and I'm always moving around, I'm not really sitting still. You said you listened to Professor somebody while you know, will work, and I just was trying to get the name of the professor so I could pull it
Yeah,
up.
it was,
Maybe I could.
I believe it was Professor Messer, Messer.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in
It
the
was,
chat right now.
yeah, Messer, and then it got some other like Splunk related questions. You can search, not Splunk, my bad, my mind's been on Splunk all day. Some other CompTIA related questions. Like if you search like CompTIA exam questions on YouTube, and then just have it play in the background all day, you're gonna remember it. But yeah, Professor Messer is like my go-to as far as like listening to YouTube.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
And Caleb posted the link in there. Hey, thanks, Caleb. Hey, y'all, and for the YouTube folks, security isn't the only thing we do here. Telvin just reminded me about our Splunk courses too. And Telvin, you should talk to Zoe about that Splunk fundamentals class he's taking right now. He feels like he's in a different world.
Which one he's in? The two?
He's doing this. He's doing our Splunk fundamentals one. We combine them into one.
Oh, remember I did the first one.
So wait, did you do? I thought you did incident response.
Was it incident? No, you're right. I did do incident response, so I didn't do that one.
Yeah, incident response. That's just a SOC perspective. The Splunk fundamentals.
Okay.
You're on the admin engineer level.
Oh, bet. Yeah, I'm trying to work on my third cert for Splunk.
Which one?
So yeah, I forgot what's the name of it, because I took the power user. I took the core, the power. Then I'm gonna try to get the next one. Well, I'm not gonna try. I'm going to get the next one.
Yeah, that's gonna be admin. Well, hit me up. You know, I got all of them, man. I got power,
Yeah,
admin, architect, consultant.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Splunk is where it's at, man.
That's yes, sir. That's where the money at. That's where the money at.
Yeah, that's what Toby told me. Just focus on Splunk. I said, all right.
Yeah, after you get security, focus on Splunk or something related to DevOps. But all right, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all have a good night. Hold on to your loved ones, give them a fat kiss. Make sure that they know that you love them. And I will see you all next Thursday. Please study, y'all. Study.
All right, have a good night, everybody.
Have a good one.
Night, everybody.
Good night.